Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go.
Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome back to my uncle's farm. Yeah, so I woke up to a disappointment. I neglected the garden and it dried out. I forgot to put the water in. Oh my. So we basically, well, not we, but I messed up. I only had these two things to sell, so yeah, this is not a great start garden-wise, but on the other hand, we have two new calves on the farm. The cows have started producing milk again. We have around 1,000 liters. And the other two calves are at 10 months old, so just 2 months, and we will be able to sell them. Ah, man, that's disappointing. Oh yeah, and I wanted to undo this. So this is, I think, open. Nope, it was closed. Let me take the hose off. So some of you who are eagle-eyed may have seen that I forgot to put slurry on the rest of the grass field, which I won't do anything about it now because I have already returned the slurry tanker, and yeah, I have other things I have to do today, so yeah, sadly I'm really starting this episode by showing you how incompetent I am. So excuse me, and excuse the mess, everyone. But on the other hand, today is the day when we are going to sign the deed and purchase the land that we have to, that I want to build the sheep pasture on. I did find something, so it's basically a water trough and a feeding trough. It's ready for sheep use, so I'm gonna order that. There was nothing really, how should I say it, there was nothing used available, so I have to purchase new. It's gonna cost me quite a pretty penny, but luckily I think I'll get all that back. But yeah, here we stand right now. So before I take the garden products, so actually it's only strawberries and tomatoes. I do wanna put water into the tanker, into the reservoir on the farm. And I'll also put this down. So yeah, that's really unfortunate. But what can you do? Sometimes when you have a lot on your mind, just as I've had in the previous episode, you miss things. And there's nothing you can really do about it. So let me put this tractor somewhere out of the way. And I'm gonna use the Massey Ferguson to pull this water tanker, which I conveniently got and bought previously, but yeah, as you can see, I did forget to check on my garden. So yeah, I have checked and I have gotten the deed for that piece of land over there. It is going at the price that I mentioned before, so I think around 22,000 and something. Okay, let me refill here. Put it through here. Yeah, it is going at that price, and I have also found some sheds. One of them is used one. Okay, that filled up quickly. And I'm gonna use it to store my hay over there, because I want to have hay at the place where we actually have our animals, so I don't have to cart it around as much. Or maybe I'll just cart it, you know. I do have the bale fork over there. Yeah, I'm not sure, because the shed is quite expensive and I'm still on the fence of buying it or not. But I will get a cover for the feeding trough and for the water trough and for the, what's it called, the wool storage, because we are gonna shear wool of our sheep, and this is basically gonna be what we sell. We are not gonna breed sheep for meat consumption or for dairy production. So you can, you know, for example, collect milk from your sheep and then make sheep cheese, I think, but I'm really not versed in that thing, so I'm gonna skip it. I'm just gonna use our sheep for wool production, and then we're gonna sell said wool to the spinnery, and I think we're gonna make a pretty penny. Okay, so I'm gonna take a few trailer loads of water to the garden, and then we'll see you at the vending machines when we load them up. Sadly only with 2 ingredients. Okay, I have done watering the garden, but there is one other thing I want to check. Our chicken are quite low on feed, and I want to see if they are going to take soybeans as a food source. Because if not, I'm gonna have to drop by the store and buy some feed for our chicken. So yeah, before we go to the store, or in that general direction, I do want to test this theory. So let's see. Oh, actually, we still have some barley in our silo. Okay, let me just do this again. So since we have barley, I'm gonna just use that till we are out. Okay, yeah. Well, never mind then. Yeah, of course I'm gonna use barley if I have it in the silo still. I kind of forgot about that. I was all in the soybeans and whatnot, so yeah. Okay, and while I still have this tractor running and it's all warmed up, I'm gonna take the milk to the dairy, and then I'm gonna switch to John Deere and take the rest of the products to get sold or to put into our vending machine. So it's probably now gonna be the time to start thinking about a bigger milk tanker, because I think these 961 liters are from midnight to now, so well, it's half a day. and the milk production is going to go up. So I just might have to get a bigger tanker so I don't have to go to the dairy twice. So one trip would be perfect if I could do it all in that one trip. And you know what else have I forgotten? Oh man, I forgot to close the contract I did previously with the slurrying on that field over there, which is growing quite nicely, I must say. Okay, the weight is recorded. So yeah, I can do that from an online app, and I'm gonna do it as soon as I'm done with sending the milk. Okay, we got paid around 1,250, 60. Now I have to close that contract, and I'm gonna do this before I forget right here. Okay, 1,490 added for the slurrying. So yeah, we are slowly gathering our funds. We do have quite a high number in our bank account, but that's not gonna be there for too long, because the next thing I do after I stop with all the product sales, I am going to go and buy that land, and then I'm gonna purchase the feeding trough, and then I'm gonna arrange all the shed construction and, you know, the permits and whatnot, whatever we need to do to get that going. And then, and only then, can I call the Frank and tell him good news. Well, I have already told him the good news that I will accept his offer, but I haven't really told him when I'm gonna be ready for that, because I told him I don't really have the land at the moment, that I'm working on it, and I'm gonna let him know. Okay, got paid 500 for the eggs. I have filled the rest into our vending machines, and now I do want to hurry back because there is a contract waiting for me, and I've gotten everything in the mail. I just need to send the funds and the deal should be sealed. We're gonna be a proud new owner of a new plot of land. Okay, so from the comfort of my tractor seat, I'm gonna do the money transfer. I looked again, it's 22,560 pounds for that piece of land. So let me just pull out my mobile phone, my bank app, and let me transfer the money, and with this we are gonna be a full legal owner of the new piece of land. Okay, the land purchased. Our bank account is still looking quite fine. It's around 50,000. So the next thing I need is the feeding trough and a few sheds. I'm gonna order them so they deliver them during the day. I hope it will be soon, because I do want to progress as fast as possible, but yeah. So basically the feeding trough and the water trough are gonna cost me 6,000 pounds. And the sheds, I'm still not quite sold on what we should get or how much we should get. So yeah, this is gonna be additional cost, but I think I was looking at one shed that cost only 3,000. It's primarily made out of wood, and it's actually a pretty decent and very nice looking shed. More of an open cover than a shed, because it doesn't really have doors and stuff like that, but you'll see fairly soon, I think. But while I wait for the guys to deliver that feeding trough, I am going to feed our cows because they are fairly low on feed, and it's time to open our bunker silo. Yeah, and it's a shame that it's November and I don't really have time to do anything with the grass, because I would really love to have some hay. But yeah, now it's definitely not the time. Okay, silage looks good. I'm gonna be making quite a few trips to the barn, and I'm not gonna record all of them. I just want to show you the first one, and the rest I'll do off screen. I don't want to waste your important time by driving up and down with a fork full of silage. And also it would be good if I would be able to get a hands on a mixer wagon. Nothing too fancy, but something that I could use to mix the so-called TMR. This is a short for total mixed ration, and it's basically a few different types of feed. For example, you have silage, you can put hay in, you could put some, I don't know, additives, mineral feed, and then you can put some straw in just to buff it out a bit. But yeah, you can use all those different feeding types and mix them all together, and it's supposedly better for your cows than just the silage feed. So I'm gonna be on the lookout for something that it's not too power hungry, because we don't have really big machines, and something that is also not too, how should I say, it's not too big for our farm and for our budget, of course. It does seem like I have a lot of money, but that's mostly not mine, so yeah. About that. Okay, so I've been doing this for some time now, and yeah, I could still be doing it for some time. I think I could put 10 more loads in. On the other hand, I did see that the trailer we have has a possibility of extensions, but since they are no longer in production, it might be something that I find online somewhere used and put on the trailer. Because, you know, that would mean that I could load the trailer here and then just take it to be dumped in the feeding trough. That would be way faster than doing it like on foot, quote unquote, like this, you know, just driving up and down like a madman. Well, at least I put some feed into the cow shed, and I am expecting a call from the guys with the feeding trough anytime now. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. As you can see, we have 21,000, almost 22,000 liters of feed in the feeding trough. And I also have a giant heap of manure at the back, which I'm not yet sure what I'm gonna do with. I could get another greenhouse, but I don't really have the space for it. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside, make myself a cup of coffee, and I'll be back when the guys call me. All right. It would be best if I take the car with me, so I don't have to walk all the way to the yard to get the car and then get back. Yeah, that would be a smart move. This beautiful Land Rover Series 3. So I was looking online, and I have seen that the Series 3 was also made in a pickup version. I don't know if you've seen it, but it actually ends right here where the seats are, and the back is open. It does still have benches, but they are open on the outside, so yeah, you could use them for seating, but I think not many people do. But it's enough space for, you know, one pallet to ride on the back, or one bale or something like that. So yeah, it's quite a useful thing. But we have the closed version because here in Ireland it's quite rainy, and I think it's quite cold for open cab. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay, I've gotten the call and they are already at the spot, so I'm gonna quickly join them there just to show where I want to have the feeding trough and what exactly I had in mind. And yeah, then we can see together what we make out of it. Okay, that cost us additional 6,000 pounds. And this is it. These are two troughs that were brought in with the truck over there. One is for feed, one is for water. I don't think it really matters, but I think this one is more water type because it's smaller. And this one is bigger and it should be for the feed. So yeah, well, I don't know why this is 6,000, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain too much because at least I have something to feed my sheep with. Okay, so this is the first step, and look at all this lush grass. I think this is gonna be perfect for our sheep. Yeah, and flowers growing in. So I'm thinking I want to put a roof, some kind of a cover over here, over these two troughs. It would be ideal if it would be covering, you know, if it would be a bigger cover, so even if it rains or it rains sideways, we're not gonna get anything damaged. But I do wanna, yeah, so that's one cover, and I also want to have some kind of a shed, which I could preferably close, because if I will keep hay in here for winter time, because I think in summertime sheep are quite happily gonna graze this land. But yeah, if I want to have some hay stored here, I need to protect it from the sheep, you know. They are quite determined animals, so I've heard. But yeah, I love this. We are at 43,488 pounds, but we are getting there, so yeah, amazing. So this was an exhausting day. Anyway, I'm gonna return to my farm now. I've had enough. I'm gonna browse online for additional... Yeah, let me close my pasture now. Hey, I can call this pasture. Awesome. Anyway, I will browse online for some sheds that I might get a hold on. I will look for the trailer extension. I'm not sure about that one because I don't even know what to call this trailer. But yeah, I would say that this was quite a successful episode. We got a lot done, and in the next one I expect to get buildings, and I hope knock on wood, then I'm gonna be able to get those sheep from Frank. So to accept them, technically I could accept them right now, but I still want to have a shelter for them before I commit to getting animals to our farm. So yeah, I do want to make sure I get that sorted out before the sheep arrive. Oh look, neighbor also has calves. But yeah, so I'm gonna go online and search for these things, and we'll see next time how far I get. I'm gonna park the car here. It's not forecasted to be any rain, so it should be good. So with this, I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. This was really something extraordinary. We bought land. We are now a landowner. Well, we were a landowner previously also, but this is now different. We have additional land, so yeah, amazing. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care and see you next time.